Katie, how are you?
Good morning, Evan. I'm doing well. How about you?
Amazing. It's good to have you on. And
Thank
we have
you.
no technical issues at all, which is a change for this podcast.
Same here. I feel like I repel technology, so it's all good.
Deadly. You have a great plaque there at the back, by the way. I'd love to have one of those plaques myself at some point. A
You
YouTube plaque.
will. You
Who
will.
knows? I think I have a few
Thank
hundred
you.
followers, so I'm a bit off it yet. Let us go straight into it, Katie. For those people that are watching this that from an Irish audience that might not know who you are, can you give us the kind of the brief background as to who you are, the kind of 30-second bullet point rundown?
Sure. So my name is Katie Williams. I am 40, almost 45. I have a business called Peace, Love, and Soap, which is like my main business for the last 16 years. And somewhat recently, in the past few years, I've gotten into chicken keeping, which has really seemed to be the thing. Little did I know, but that kind of took off for me. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just an average girl, really. I just have a lot of different interests, and I can't ever put a toe into anything. I have to just, of course, be obsessed
Yeah.
until I'm not.
And where exactly are you in the world? Obviously in the USA, but where exactly?
Yeah, so I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, which I know a lot of Great Britain is familiar with Florida. My husband's a Brit, so I got my little British cup. Um, so I am just above Florida
Okay,
and South Carolina, and so it's the East Coast and just at the top of South Carolina.
beautiful. So I got into I started following you a couple of months ago, and it was the chicken content. And I have to say, I absolutely love. There's something, and I'm sure a lot of people that follow you, obviously from the business side of it, but I'm sure there's a lot of people like me that just love watching the chicken content, and it's kind of wholesome. And you did something recently where you had the chicken run from the coop to kind of their other little area, and didn't you put like a chicken in kind of prison, like you put him away for a few days, or he's going to KFC, which I thought was hilarious.
You might hear her. She's just on the other side of this wall, and she's not too happy. But yeah, Dominique, she's in chicken jail.
Dominique,
So
yeah. What is it about the chickens that you kind of like most, or maybe what do you think other people kind of love watching them?
well, I feel like the content that I put out it's just genuine to what I'm doing at the time. I don't like to contrive what I'm doing. It's just what's going on. But I feel like it's not politics, it's not religion, it's not heavy. It's just something light.
Yeah,
Nature is always relaxing to me. And I feel like right now we need that because there's a lot of heavy going on. So it's like just something you don't even have to think about it. It's just funny little chickens that walk around and just do silly things.
yeah. Um, are they intelligent? Like I have a dog, and I like, so obviously I understand the kind of having pets and stuff, and how kind of how the bond you can have with them. But would a chicken be like? Would you have that same level of bond with a chicken, or
It's funny that you say that because in some ways they're extremely smart and intuitive to nature and what's going on around them. And then in other ways, like Dominique, who's in jail, she can never figure out how to get out of the coop and get through the
yeah,
tunnel. It's like Groundhog's Day every time. And it's so funny because I'm like, how are you in charge when you can't even figure out? But hey. Um, so yeah, in some ways they're really smart. And I do have certain breeds that are so much more loving as well. Like my Orpingtons, I always say they'll come right up to you. They like to be held. And then others, they'll run. So it kind of depends on the breed as well.
yeah, deadly. So tell me about the business, Katie. Then, Peace, Love, and Soap. It's a good name.
Cute. So I started my business 16 years ago. My main motivation was because my two boys who were babies at the time had eczema, and I needed something to use on their skin that was gentle and not like a steroid or something like that. So I just did the research and I just made the products myself. And when I found that other people also had the same need and wanted to purchase from me, I thought, well, hey, this will afford me to stay home with my two children and bring money in to the family as well. So it kind of all just came together very organically, and I just went with it. And each year it has just been a huge blessing for us. It's grown and grown. So
Deadly. So what sort of level is the business at? Like, do you do a lot of markets and stuff, or do you do retail stuff, or is it like a home business?
so I do retail, but I'm extremely selective about it because that's not where your biggest margins are. I mean, if you want to grow and scale, retail is amazing. And I
Yeah.
wouldn't shy away from it, but just to get into like a lot of little places, it hasn't been the best for me. Like at one time I was in a huge chain store and they were miserable for me to work with. I was just in constant turmoil with
Yeah.
them. So I just politely opted out of that, and I just work with certain stores I choose. But my markets are great, and my online sales are really where it's at. Those have been doing really well. So
Okay. And do you find, obviously you have a very large following on social media. Do you find like that a lot of traffic is like a lot of sales come from that, or
um I do have a small percentage of conversion, but for the most part, I feel like my chicken audience, they're kind of here for the chickens. Um, it does convert somewhat, and I do make products for chickens. Like I have a chicken balm
yeah,
that is amazing if they have like, abrasions or things like that. So that does well, but I also don't over push it because I feel like I don't want to take advantage of that and try to come in like with a hard sell for my business. So I just try
yeah,
to I'll
of
put it
course.
in now and then, but I never want to hard sell an audience. That's just not really my style.
Yeah, no, you see that a lot, don't you? People are like, yeah, it's kind of just annoying.
Yeah,
People are selling to
it
you the whole time.
is. And it's
Um,
obvious. People catch on like that.
yeah, of course. But it also is like ultimately, you're also an entrepreneur and you're trying to run a business, so it's a balance, right? Because you also want to push it a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
So on like running your own business, I suppose, you know, as I ran my own business in the past, so I know it's not all rainbows. There's always challenges, and every day sometimes seems like a challenge. But is there any kind of standout moments or challenges that you've had in your entrepreneurial journey that you kind of would stand out to you?
I think probably the biggest thing for me is, as you know, running a business, you never can step away. Even when you are away, you're still running your business.
Yeah,
So that to me is hard because there never really is a break, but I do feel like the benefits outweigh the cost of that as well. So it's annoying at times, but really it's worth it to me because I like to do what I want to do. That's my favorite thing. So it's like there's always a cost, but it's worth it.
yeah, for sure. And one, I'll finish up on two more, and I appreciate your time, Katie. You always strike me from following you on social media. You're always kind of like very positive and outgoing, and like, yeah, there always seems to be a positive kind of. You seem to have a positive mindset without really knowing you. You seem to have so many different things from your social media, your lifestyle, and the business, obviously. Well, first of all, is that true? Are you like a naturally very positive person? And I suppose, how do you kind of maintain that all the time?
I do feel like I'm naturally kind of a bright sider. I try to, even when I do get down. I mean, I definitely have my days where I'm just like, ugh. But I do naturally look toward the bright side. But I also feel like when I feel that overwhelm creeping up, I know it's time to pause. And that is such a huge thing for me. And I always say, like, I got to reel it in. I got to stop saying yes to so many things, deal with
Yeah,
what's on my plate, and then just take a break and say no sometimes, which is hard because we always want to do all the fun things.
of course.
But it's not fun when you're completely overwhelmed.
No, for sure. Let me ask you a final one, Katie. what does the future hold for you? Do you have any exciting projects, or where do you kind of see yourself maybe 12 months time, or like are you one of those people that have long-term goals?
You know, Evan, I wish I was. I wish I was more of a strategist. My goals are just to keep building my business, of course, and just kind of see where it takes me. I try not to get too far ahead of myself because you just never know. You know, I have two teenagers and I have a lot of transitions in my life right now anyway. So in 12 months, things could be completely different, and I welcome that. But I don't know. That's my real answer. I really don't
Yeah.
know. I'll just keep putting one foot in front of the other and just do my best every
Yeah,
day.
well, I think it's a very I probably should have expected the answer, right? Because someone that has, backyard chickens and has the kind of lifestyle you live and does the gardening, you're just kind of very free lifestyle, and that's why I follow you. So
Thank
I
you.
yeah, I probably should have got that answer. Um, we got one question in. Well, we got a few questions in, but I'll just ask you one of them, and we'll finish up on that. The chicken run that you put up on the cage. Where did you get that from? Well, not the cage. They said the chicken run. Do you know
The
the
chicken run.
the chicken run?
So I'll just say the three different things I have going on, just in case. I just want to make sure I hit
Yeah,
what they mean. So my chicken coop itself is from Tractor Supply, but we've added on to it, and we've kind of taken a skeleton and gone from there. The chicken run that's in the back, the big black cage,
yeah,
that is from Vivor, and you can order it online. There's a link in my bio if you need it, but it's Vivor. And then the tunnel we built ourselves, which I also have a four-part tutorial on my page as well if you're interested in, all the information about that. So there's kind of three different things, and people call them different things.
yeah.
So
Spot on.
yes.
Katie, thanks so much. It was great to connect with you and meet you on here, and I'm looking forward to following spending my evenings watching chickens and just dreaming of having a kind of a small house in the middle of the countryside.
Oh, Evan, well, I also enjoy your videos. I think your content is so cool. I need food ideas. I need recipes. So I love watching your stuff as well. And I just wish you the best of luck. And you're getting one of those soon. I
I'm
can
going to
feel
do
it.
it. I'm going to do it, Katie. Thanks so much. Chat to you
Oh, well,
soon.
thank you for your
No
kindness.
bother.
Have a great day.
Bye now.